Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
And 3.
Number 2.
And 1. Woo! Oh, yeah, you're in advance. Man. Yeah, in advance. As you're always. America. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody.
Hey, we deserve to be thanked.
That's right. Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this is Dave and Juan.
More time.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Coming to you, not that anybody cares, but we just established these things. This is a Friday, an early afternoon on a Friday. I haven't even had food today, man. I'm just like.
I just had a peanut butter sandwich. So
you're ahead of me. I've had coffee and water, and I went for a run a little while ago, which was.
Thought y'all were having some big heat wave over there.
We are, but I'm just wired like that. I'm half stupid half the time. No, actually, if you go early enough, like noon, man, it was only 90 degrees and it was kind of cloudy. It felt like spring. It was great. Yeah, I come back now. Now, if I end up, I don't know, those of you that are watching on video, if I end up sweating, that's what it is, man. It's that old Seinfeld episode of, Costanza takes a shower after working out, but then he's still sweating at work, and then you take a shower. It didn't take. It's clean sweat, but it didn't take. But yeah, so good to be back with everybody as Juan is coming to us from the downstairs.
That's right. I'm from Studio B.
Studio B from the Dave and Juan Baton Rouge facility.
That's right. I got bumped out of my entire upstairs.
Your once a week walking up the stairs trip was sidelined. So somebody else.
No, dude. Well, I had to go up there for nothing because I had to bring the stuff down.
That's the worst.
Yeah,
that's the worst. So, and why were you dislocated? It wasn't Mr. Kitty, right? It wasn't Mr. Kitty.
No, Mr. Kitty's still around. Okay. But my son, who just started, we talked about this a couple of times, or a couple of weeks ago, just started his big boy job. Job. Right. It's remote. He graduated from college a couple of months ago. So he's got a remote job. So he is in his room upstairs on a business call, I guess, or some Zoom of his own. So, it's like, hey, yeah, you're going to make some money. I'm all right with that.
You should do the reverse of, the funny stuff with the pandemic, with all these ridiculous Zoom meetings we all had to have. And you'd have people that have their kids kind of run in unannounced. Dude, you should. I can't even get the words out. You should kind of meander in there in your underwear. What's going on, boy? I know you have a meeting. This is still my house, boy.
That's right. My house, my room, my AC is cooling you off.
Oh man, that's that in itself, right? But you were saying that he's
but he's, like I said, he's in a good place right now. It's since he's come back from college, I've seen him take the garbage out.
No way.
Put bags in the trash bag back in the garbage can.
Dude, that's next level.
Load the dishwasher and start it. Yes.
No. Oh,
yes.
You got one that loads the dishwasher and.
Well, it's a new thing.
Yeah. Now that's my oldest, and he graduated. Man, knock wood. I hope he should graduate in 2 weeks, and so he's not on campus anymore. He's here. Same thing, man. That guy. Now I need to send my younger, who's not young. He's the one that's going back to college, right? He's been working, dogging it out, but I need to send him to spend some time with your,
Well,
because he's not taking it from us. He's not.
Well, this is the odd thing. So, one of the best things is I see packages from Amazon coming here all the time that I didn't pay for. So that's a nice treat.
Dude, we've been getting that forever, but that's not. Yeah. It's never something I can use.
I've typically paid for them. Is the thing.
Oh, I got you.
His company actually was remote before COVID, so they're used to that whole remote deal. But I guess it's just this generation. He pretty much, if he's got a meeting, he's got to be in the meeting. Otherwise, he's got a certain amount of work or certain work he's got to get through. He wants to start at 10 and work till 8.
Sure.
Or till whatever it takes. Let's do it. So, which stresses me out, because like the first week when I leave for work at 7:30, it's like, hey man, it's your second day on the job. You ought to be up and getting at it. He's still sleeping.
I man, listen, preach. And it's one of those things. It's a time. Some people are just always going to be on time. But that's something you can call your own shots there, and some people aren't. I'm still trying to deal with that with my with my younger man. I mean, if you got to be there for 9:30, 9:33, 9:30.
Yeah.
Got to be there for 10:30. Got to be there for 10:30. 10:33. 10:30.
It's a 10-minute drive. I'll leave 7 minutes before I need to be there.
And it's the conversation of, that's when you are. I know we've touched on this before, but the old man talking here, right? Where it's like, you can't do that. That's not. And then you get the flip side. And again, it's interesting because I talk about this in business stuff. Like I sort of preach to when I preach to other companies that, your culture is not what you talk about. Your culture is what you put up with. Right.
Right.
And I'll get that. And he'll tell me, we got some people that show up like 30 minutes late. I'm like, yeah, we called those people back when I was running something. Gone.
Yeah.
We would refer to them in the past tense. Remember? Like,
I think it was George Carlin who said, or maybe somebody else, he said most people doing just enough to not get fired.
Yep. Another quote I read a long time ago that I've always liked is that most people ought to be happy they don't get paid what they deserve. Right? You get paid what I deserve. No, you're pretty lucky that they're not paying you what.
Good.
Yeah. But that said, it's kind of funny. We're talking on the and the older you get, your kids are older and you do things and you realize. I've always been like, when I was young, my dad, before later on in life where he just said, I ain't fixing nothing no more. Right? But there was a time where he fixed everything. You had to. You lived in South Lafourche, and people repaired stuff. There were things that could be, there was very few things in your house that you wouldn't, hey, you got a blender, the blender broke. You could probably figure out a way to fix that. So
there used to be a TV repairman.
There you go. I remember going to the TV repair shop. Okay. Or they'd come to you. To you. But so my dad was always fixing stuff, and whether I needed to be there or not, I just think I was the audience. I used to say I was a trained monkey. I was the guy, and to this day, I'll tell my sisters, y'all can complain about whatever y'all want to complain about. Y'all didn't have to be dad's monkey. I was. Whatever the job was, I'm the one that had to be there. Well, we live in a different time now. We disposable society. We throw stuff away. I realize I don't fix that much. Like, there's not much to fix.
No.
So it's not like I can pass it along. Well, we have one of the bedrooms up here it's a guest bedroom, but it was converted into a gym, and so it's a multi whatever. And it's got a bad ceiling fan. Our ceiling fans have been terrible for a while, and I decided I'm going to change that thing. And I realized, you know what? This would be a good father-son project. So
show this boy how to work with electricity.
Well, I was safe on that, because I'm like, and I let him, and he's smart enough. He's actually better at me at reading directions. I am challenged when it comes down to show me the directions to like I'm okay with like words, you know, I read them. Okay, do this, do this, do this. Or if you tell me what the part is, looking at a diagram, I'm not real good at, or these other things. And I've hung many a ceiling fan in my day, but it's been a while. It's been a minute since I've done it. And you just, right. And right off the bat, right. I tell him, I said, no, dude, you're changing this fan. I mean, I'm here to help you. I'm going to be, I said, we're going to reverse roles. You're going to be like my dad was. I'm going to be the old monkey that I used to be. And, you know, I mean, literally to the point of we're getting ready to go upstairs. I said, you forgot the box, bro. Carry that. Let's go. Get up there and, you know, open the box. And he says, like he said, he opened it. Okay, first thing it says is turn off the power of the breakers. I went, no, we're not doing that.
Right. I was going to ask you that. See that?
I am not going downstairs. I am not going into the garage. I'm not moving boxes out of the way. Just play that game of, okay, tell me when it goes off.
Right,
said,
man. That's not enough juice. That's not enough juice to do anything but tickle you.
No, I'm not with that. I said, so here's how we're going to do it, son. We're going to turn it off at the switch, and we're going to tape the switches down just in case somebody forgets, somebody walks in.
Yeah, but I've done that. But let me tell you something. If you touch that wrong, you touch the wire to a ground where it completes the circuit, that switch don't need to be flipped. It'll still, send juice through it.
Yeah, I didn't need to hear that.
I know that because I've done it.
Let me think. Well, but here's where I was safe, and I was showing him. So we did that, taped it down. But then I also have the what do you even call it? To see if you have power, the little tool that
you can hold to see if you have power.
Yeah, whatever that's called, the voltage meter, right?
Voltage meter.
Yeah. So I showed them like, this is what we're dealing with here, and let me show you why. Boom, boom. The show it's dead. Maybe I didn't. So, and then it's kind of funny, right? Just you kind of wanting him to figure stuff out, but then also you're doing that. Now halfway through it, I got to be honest, I wouldn't get a beer. I'm like, it might not have been. I guess technically you probably should not be dealing with this kind of stuff while you're drinking a beer. But,
it's liquid, alcohol, electricity.
Hey, but it took, man, nice looking. Got it done. He did, and he did the majority of. I mean, most of all the work. I actually did the
twisting.
The twisting with the wires, only because I was like, man, if we mess this up, I'm gonna be mad at you forever. And mad at myself forever. Like if I mess it up, I
gotta come back and fix it.
Yeah, or so I did then the same thing too, right? I get ready to do it. He says, okay, the instruction says use some electrical tape. I said, no, we're not doing that. He's like, well, why you got me reading the instructions? I'm like, well, there's some Cajun shortcuts here. Right? Here's how we do that. So and then yesterday I had him change a toilet handle.
Man.
No.
All right. That boy.
He broke it. Might as well fit.
That's why he's going to college again.
And you know what's a shame, man? I tell you what, that's the time we're living in. I was probably more proud of him changing the toilet handle than any test he ever took in his life. Because man, you know what? Yeah, that Econ 101, Econ 101 class, that's a joke. Nobody cares about that. You can fix the toilet handle.
Hey, right. Look. My mother-in-law, this is a couple of years ago, where she can tell you how many cubic inches or cubic feet, whatever you get charged for with water, and she knew that her toilet wasn't sealing tightly because her water bill went up maybe 30 cents or something.
That's a controlled flush right there. That's somebody that's man.
So I went and fixed both of them, or changed both of the whatever I don't even know what you call the things inside. The next month on Facebook, she posted, how much money I had saved her.
Put that into perspective.
Yeah.
My mom in Thibodaux, right? The house, and anybody drives down there in Auburn, wave at it. The big house in Thibodaux she's in right now. So she got a notice from the water company, and this was like 2 months ago, about hey, your water bill spike. I guess they got and I'm trying to figure out what it was, and come to find out, and God love her, God love them. It's a big house. She doesn't go to one part of it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's a big, like that house is as big as mine and it's on one floor. Hers is on one floor. So you've been there, you've seen. So, and I joke about that. It's like, yeah, you got no need, you got no need to go to the back end. They got other people living back there. Well, apparently, I'm not going to name names. Some of the yawns living back there. Oh yeah, the toilet's been running for a few weeks, so I don't know what, just, and then one of them said, man, I thought, somebody just flushed it. It's like, really? You think every time you walk by that bathroom for the last 3 weeks that somebody just flushed it? But
are you not seeing people go down there? What's the deal? Just the invisible man?
Now they got it. So apparently they got it fixed, but I'm going to find out. I'm going this week. Well, by the time this airs, I'll probably be on the way back, but this is a Friday. I'm heading down to Thibodaux. I got, I'm actually going to install a couple of ceiling fans.
Yeah, I got bring your boy.
He is. We're sort of prepping. He's going to Nichols. I think we talked about this one time and maybe pulled it out or something because my wife didn't want us to talk about him going to Nichols until it was official. But yeah, so he's going out there with some skills, man. He can put in a ceiling. He can work at a bank. He can put in some ceiling fans, and he can fix a toilet handle if need be.
Dude, that's like a trade.
Hey, you need a trade. Look, if we were younger or smarter or more ambitious, which we're none of the three, man, now is the time to have a handy person, handy woman, handy name, whatever, company down in Lafourche and Terrebonne Parish. Man, you can't find anybody to do work right now. And anybody who's good, they're just, hey, yeah, I'll help you when I can, I reached out to a guy that I've used before, a really good guy we liked the other day. And I said, are you even, looking at doing stuff? And he said, I will for you. I'm like, oh, I'll take that as I don't know if you say times are good, but yeah. So I'll be down there doing some projects, trying not to break stuff while I'm doing it.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can run right down to the Lowe's if you do.
If they got it. I've been running back and down to Lowe's I'm bad that way. You probably the same way. I walk through a Home Depot or a Lowe's and man, I feel ambitious. Right? you just see these things and you go, that'd be nice at my house. I could do that. If I didn't, then I realized I ain't could do that. I'm not.
Well, back when we started this podcast about 1.5 years ago, I was working on the floor. And right now they're still shoe molding. A stack of it up in Studio A upstairs.
Nobody finishes the shoe molding.
Yeah, not tacked on or anything,
Dude, oh man, we're living the same life in certain ways because we still, and I promise you, my mom is listening to this thing right now as this airs, and there's still shoe molding in that house in Thibodaux that has not been. I should try to do something with that this weekend when I'm there. I should God, you're not supposed to glue it, but I might glue it. I know you're supposed to nail it in there, but
you got to nail it and caulk it. It's just, I don't know, man. Yeah, when I'm in the zone, I can do it.
Hey,
I just hadn't been in the zone since
what we said this before, whenever you buy a house, and we don't do that often. I've done a few, I'm an old guy now. I've done it a few times. But you better look around when you walk in there, and whatever you don't like or think you want to change, you better get that done in the first few months.
Yeah.
You make 6 months to a year, I don't care what it is, you learn to live with it. And you just go, yeah, that's just how that is. We had to have a new dishwasher put in about 1 year ago. And I'm always impressed by the guys. This guy is one guy shows up with the truck, comes out, he has the dolly, that dude took the one I had out, installed the new one, like one dude, and I'm offering to help. Just like I feel bad that,
Yeah, so your best way to help me is stay out of my way.
He didn't say that. He probably thought it, but but then the thing was, he took out when he went to replace it, it should have fit, but there was a piece of molding above the it was the same size, and I don't know, like I wasn't here when the last one, or maybe I was, but yeah. So we had to take a piece of molding, and like he was trying to figure out a way to do it. And I just told him, "So man, let's just take that molding off. Let me get you done. I'm gonna come back."
Yeah, I'll duct tape something back on there.
Famous last words. Yeah, I'm gonna come back and change that. I'm gonna replace.
I got you.
Still in my garage. So if you come to my house right now, don't look. Now you got to look hard to see. It's under the sink. You got to look hard. But if you like staring, if you were doing a house inspection, you'd be like, what happened to that big long piece of, aren't you supposed to have a strip of, yeah, it's in the garage.
You don't have to look hard to find my 5 strips of shoe molding because it's on the floor, and Elijah's got to step over it every time he goes to his room.
I'm going to send my boy. I'm going to be down in Louisiana. I might send my boy your way.
That's
now
right,
now that he's learning all these trades.
Yeah, I got a nail gun.
Man, we'll do it. But there you go. So we'll see. Hopefully I'll have funny but not dangerous stories to share next week on the home improvement Thibodaux Edition. We'll see. We'll see what goes on there. But besides that, it's been a interesting week. We kidded about this before. We try to avoid politics. It's kind of hard sometimes, right? Like you said, this isn't political. This is history, right?
Yeah.
Interesting week, right? Interesting week, because on Wednesday, the leader of the free world, unsolicited, telling this meandering story out in a field or wherever the heck they were, basically says, I got cancer.
But nobody's coming. Has anybody come to spin it?
Yeah, well, they said they don't have to spin it anymore. They just basically said, "Come on, we don't listen to what's coming."
Somebody said he had a skin cancer years ago.
Okay, that ain't the same.
No,
that's not a statement of present tense. And then he said it came from some oil. Apparently, oil falls from the sky in Delaware.
When his parents used to bring him to the pool so the kids could play with the hair on his leg.
That's a different story. I don't think
they'd have to. But no, they said they have to turn the windshield wipers on to get the oil off.
Man, okay, whatever. And so my point is this: I don't care what your party is. I don't care what your beliefs are. I don't care who you like, who you don't like, who you think's great, who you think's evil. I don't care. That is bizarro world we're living in, man. There's never been a time in history that the president can say, "Yeah, I got cancer," and nobody says,
"I got cancer."
And nobody says, "Whoa, hey." Because like that kind of stuff moves markets, right? That kind of stuff like alerts military. That kind of stuff makes people start moving chess pieces around the planet. And we just go, nah, it's all right. And then the next day it's COVID. So
yeah, it could have been. They both begin with the letter C.
That's my thing. Okay, hey man, why we just can we just get it clear? What is it? Is it cancer? Is it COVID? Or is it the the thing?
Yeah.
The thing we're all the Ron Burgundy effect, right?
Well, it's now you sit down and you actually get worried. So, well, gosh, what if he is ill? And then we got to get Kamala.
Hey, man. Hey, it's coming, bro. It's coming. It's always been coming. I think, and that's the other thing too, is all the it's not even conspiracy theories, because like anybody else, and whether it's text messages or whatever, people just start sharing stuff saying, here it goes. This is how how this was going to play out.
I think this is his exit strategy, at least for 2024.
Oh, he ain't gonna be in 20.
But I think now you get to announce, well, I'm having health issues. I got the cancer and the COVID and
the thing, and the thing, the thing. So that'd be interesting. And that'll tell you where we are, though, that you have most of the world, even the people that are, say, on that side, even the supporters, when you ask them and say, yeah, no, we're ready. Yeah, no, we don't. It's not doing what it is. And they say, okay, you ready for what comes next? No. No.
No.
Give him some orange juice. He'd be all right.
Yeah, got to ride out for a couple more, man.
Rub some dirt on it. Come on, man. We can get there. But but here's the deal. Here's how we can cure some of this stuff. And I was thinking about this too. Well, and let's purge all the political stuff that I was thinking about. So something else happened this week. So this guy that's running for governor of New York, and it seems bizarre. It's the last because New York is a pit. It really is. It's the most important. The New York City is probably the most important city in the country, even though it's. Mm-hmm. I think it's become a nightmare. It just is. The last Republican there was probably was Giuliani. Okay, and you can say you like him, whatever. Okay, but on the state level, you'll have some. It'll you get we had Pataki.
Yeah, it depends what part of state.
Okay, you'll have some. So anyway, so now it's down. They have a governor race going on, and you got the person that basically got Cuomo kicked out. She's she's there, and you got this guy Lee Zeldin, who is the Republican running. You see what happened with this guy this week? Yesterday, day after. So he's at an event again out in the field. I love why we do stuff out in fields all the time, but he's out in the field. This dude came. Now, first of all, bruh, where's your security on this?
Yeah,
bruh. Like this guy comes up from behind him and even says something like "You're over, you're through," or something.
Yeah, you're done, or something like that.
You're done.
Yeah.
Tries to stab him.
Yeah.
And he had
like a TV, like jailbreak knife, like in with the blade sticking out between his fingers or something. Huh?
Okay. And so this guy gets subdued. He gets taken down, right? But I mean, I got to go back. It looked like somebody else was pulling on Zeldin, and like it was almost like, was that like a tag team? Because one guy's got his arm. Was he trying to get him out of the way?
Probably, but Zeldin did some stuff to defend it himself. Because I read today, he said it was his black belt training that helped him with that.
I hope it was. It was. But two things on this. So this guy that literally tried to murder a candidate, one of two candidates for the governorship of one of the very important state, is out today.
Yeah.
On his own recognizance, like he wasn't.
Because Zeldin you would normally think it's just jest or political fodder, said, "Oh, he'll be out tomorrow."
He was.
Well, he's out.
It wasn't even tomorrow. I think they let him out that evening. Dude, what are we doing here? Like it's on camera. Attempted murder of a political thing. Dude's I think he was drunk. Yeah, that's what they're saying. They literally came out today and said, that guy was drunk. Really? So I just want to. So look, I am not running for office, but that maybe one day I will. Maybe one day I will.
So if you are and somebody stabs you, you're all right. No.
I just want it on record. If I'm running and I'm standing out in a field, if I'm standing at a Walmart, if I'm standing wherever I'm talking, I'm packing. I'm packing. And there's going to be at least two people you don't see packing as well. All right. Because that's the way the game's going to be played now. You better look, hey, don't bring a knife to a gunfight, and don't bring one gun to, it's crazy. It's just, it's make fun of that, but it's like, wow.
Yeah.
That seems like a parody. Like you'd say like, no.
Oh, right. You'd think it was just a joke that, okay, he's going to be out, or that he, number one, it's bad enough that he got through. Number two, now you go do it again.
Look, but it's dirty out there, man. Now they're saying that the current governor of New York that nobody ever voted for, but they got the other person, they got Cuomo thrown out, and apparently they put out Zeldin's schedule to encourage their
people to go,
people to
disrupt.
I'm telling you, man. Like I said, if I run, get ready. But yeah, you gotta bolster that security, man. That's sad times we're living in. But
it's not gonna get better for a while. It'll be an interesting couple of years.
Well, the other thing was with politics, and I was thinking about that today on my run, because I think on my run. But what's wrong with this? So I've been, you got NFL quarterbacks now, like Aaron Rodgers is going to make $50 million this next season, right? And all these negotiations going on. And the president of the United States, I think, makes $400-something thousand.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. That's money, but that's not. So how is it that the most powerful position, technically, theoretically, on earth gets, right? Like, so.
Well, and if you think about it, because I always explain my belief on like quarterbacks or football players making so much money is because it said, well, there's 32 NFL teams. There's not 32 guys who can do it at that level.
Right.
So that's why he gets paid that much. Well, there's only been 45, 46 presidents ever. So there's obviously not a lot of them who can do it at that level. So you think the supply and demand.
Well, and my thing is, so here's my suggestion. We pay the president 10 mil a year. All right. 40 million for a term. You get 80 million if you made it the whole thing. But then you got to restrict everything else. And I'm not just saying it for this guy. Here's what people have to look at. And this is the so messed up with our system is people talk about, oh, the salaries of a congressperson, the salary of a senator, whatever. Hey, in comparison, these people aren't making jack. Like a lot of times, some of these rookie Congress people complain about the salary and everybody else says, what are you complaining about? And I'm like, no, I know why they're complaining. Because if you're trying to do it legit, if you're not cheating, if you're not like basically having to sell yourself, you can't.
Right. You got to maintain 2 homes. I mean, you have to maintain a home where you live. You got to have a home in Washington.
The whole thing. So this is flat out what they pay these people really is not right. It doesn't make sense. So what you end up with like really rich people who don't need the money. They just like the power. Right. Or the corruption, which we have a lot of around here where follow whose family, man, that's what you got to look at. It's everybody's family. It's not, they always talk about, oh, you know what, this person gets paid. Man, no. Find out how many kids and grandkids and nonks and taunts and
follow the money, man. Follow the money.
Man, so that's my thing. It's like, and then I'm saying it's nothing personal. I'm sure they got some good people out there, but you can't have you can't be national politics 40. 40 is the youngest. You're still forming. 40. Forget the 30, whatever, 20, whatever. No, 40. And then 65, you out. That's it. You got a 25-year window.
Right. Which is a nice career.
And listen, we're knocking on it. I fully say that. If they would take my advice, that by the time I'd want to be president, I'd probably age out. And I get it. And I will sacrifice being president to fix the system.
In that case, I might have to, run this time so I can slide in.
We'll grandfather you in, Juan.
Yeah, I only get 1 term, man.
Hey, look, whatever. That's as much as some people need anyway. I mean, just but yeah, it's such a mess, man. I was like, well, all right. And now, it's funny. You can tell in the media. I used to say, one of my lines is always, hey, everybody's lying to you. Everybody's lying. Today it dawned on me a little that some of these folks on TV might not be lying. They're just stupid. They're just weapons grade stupid. Because you hear some of the, I'm not going to give the names, but I've heard some clips today from a few people. And I'm just like, oh, that's just stupid. That's not, I don't even think you're lying, right? Right.
I think they're all in a jam situation now because it's, how obvious does it have to be, or obviously bad does it have to be before you change your tune? And obviously pretty bad.
New York Times today, because I get little things in the morning on the morning things. They're running stories about gas has fallen for 30 days in a row. Yeah. Really? That's what you're going with? It's still over twice what it was a bit over a year ago. But gas, so it goes down a penny or two a day, theoretically. Well, it was jumping like a nickel, 10 cents, 20 cents, 25 cents a day.
Yeah.
For a while. And it's still, but it's amazing. And there are people that are like, oh, well, price of gas is falling. You know why it's falling? Because people can't afford it anymore. I mean, they just
right. So, but why did it ever get? This is the whole thing with politics. When it's jumping up every day. Oh well, the president really can't affect the price of gas. When it's falling, hey, my policies are working.
Everybody did that. Everybody did.
It's both sides.
Yeah, our last guy too, man. Look at that stock market. I'm like, man, you better be quiet because it's going to come down. I mean, that stuff doesn't, trees don't grow to the sky. It
stops at some point and the branch falls.
Things come and go. But yeah, there it is, man. I feel, we're talking about the cost of everything. Because that's what old guys do. We complain about. So. And I'm just going by, it's Thibodaux. It's on my mind. I'm heading there tomorrow morning. So I've been watching on Facebook a bit. People have been talking about energy and their bills, and and I don't know, you kind of read it. I feel for people and like, well, I don't know what's going on. So my mom, my mom, yes, I got talking to her this week. She says, guess what my power bill was this month? And I'm thinking, yeah, I don't know, because I know the house, I know the size,
big size house. It's
but a couple of years ago, but it's well built. It must be really well,
insulated.
Insulated. So her average bill about a year or two ago was about in the 200 range. She had some to be under 200. She had some knocking on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, last month it got to 4. Okay, and she was like, well, it's $600 this month. $600. And that ain't water running.
No.
What
I don't understand, because to be honest, everybody around here is doing the same thing as far as seeing their bills double. Most people I think have Entergy here. I have Demco. My bill is the same as it always is.
Hang on.
And yeah,
an endorsement from Juan Thibodaux.
But so I don't know if it's just them, or if when it's gonna hit me, it's gonna just kill me.
I don't know, man. Well, we did, it's that game you play, and some people do averaging.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, and as I was talking to my mom about, well, you can do averaging, and they'll get you sooner or later. It ain't free. Right.
If you do averaging, you lose that opportunity to just be shocked and complain about being shocked.
A little bit. Well, but no, I tell you what, I try not to complain about something. I take an attitude with a lot of this stuff as, hey man, stuff costs what it costs. It sucks. I'm going to complain it's expensive, but when you throw a $600 power bill at me, I think ours was like 400 something here in Sugar Land, but dude, it's 1,000 degrees outside. I was like, well,
yeah. And you're inside your home all day, so I'm sure you're running it.
What you gonna do? But yeah. So what's the name of that company you with?
Demco.
Sounds like a fly-by-night operation there, dude. I'm just kidding. I don't know, guys.
It stands for something. I don't know what. It's like an electric cooperative.
I'm with Mr. Sketch Electricity. It's
lights are on, bro.
Hey, keeping it chilly in there, right?
That's right. 72.
You man, that's a rich man there. 72. I don't even put it at 72 when I go to bed. 72.
No, we're 70 when we go to bed.
You put your AC at 70?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, money, man. You must have went to like a private middle school or something, dude.
Right. SES, buddy. Make money when you come out of that gym.
What else we got to complain about?
We got we're about down a minute.
Well, but nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
In fact, what we'll do is we'll say, hey, here it is. And they'll just hear a little bloop, and it just keeps going. And what do? We reload.
Yep. I think it wasn't 45 minutes. Now it's down to 40.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's what I saw at the beginning. It said 40 minutes. So
CCP coming at us, bro. Coming at us, man.
But one of my favorite all-time female rockers is doing a little annoying things. So apparently Pat Benatar will no longer be performing "Hit Me With Your Best Shot."
And hold it. You see, there you go. Back in the day, you just put on a record. Right. You took a break. You talk, and you know what? Mm-hmm. And it could have been a Pat Benatar record we'd put on.
Right. It might have been "Hit Me With Your Best Shot."
Well, she would. Here's the deal. Hey, before I say this, let me say I love Pat Benatar.
I do too.
Seen her more than once in concert. Love Pat Benatar, but she's a hypocrite, man. Yeah. She wouldn't mind you playing it on the radio because she's getting royalties on that. But what's going on with my girl Pat? So
I'm assuming because it's "Hit Me With Your Best Shot."
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the dumbest thing ever. That's even dumb if you're trying to be anti-gun.
Here's her direct quote. And the poor thing, even to get the words right, she says, "In deference to the victims of the families of these mass shootings. So I don't even know if that, I don't think that's what she means what she thought it meant.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. Like, okay. Yeah, it's terrible. It's horrific, but she's not. So put it this way. If you're paying your money right now to go see Pat Benatar, okay. And there are people that do it. Like I said, I would do it.
Yeah. I've seen it.
You got to sing Hit Me With Your Best Shot. I mean, I'm sorry. Hey, Billy Joel, I don't care. You got to sing Piano Man. You got to, you got to sing. But it's well, my thing is, okay, so are you now donating the royalties
of
that song to whatever? And you know what? Much respect if you do. But
the song, I mean,
it doesn't mean it has nothing to do with exactly. We can't even, but that's the whole thing about words. When words when we just start making up like, no, that word don't mean that no more. Huh? When did we start doing that? Like that's, you know, or it's a song. It's so what I'm looking for. Not an illusion. It's a
it's an alliteration, I guess, but
oh dude, hey, ding ding. Man, I don't know. Dude, I don't even know if what you said was right. Dang it. You know what? I don't know what an alliteration is, but I like it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is either.
Hey Siri. What is an alliteration?
Alliteration is the conspicuous repetition of identical initial consonant sounds in successive or closely associated syllables within a group of words. Often used as a literary device.
No, I don't want her anymore because we were totally wrong. So, but we weren't lying. We're just wrong.
Just wrong.
My English.
I know what it is now, but that ain't it.
My English major, my sister be like, I can't believe you thought an alliteration meant that.
Yeah, well, you know.
But you know what? I guarantee you 98% of the people listening to us right now went,
right.
Oh, yeah,
hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Cut that out, man. Don't put that as wrong.
Whatever.
Anyway, it's her thing is not, even if it is hit me with your best shot, it's not a literal meaning.
Take your shot, right? Take your shot. You know, it's so we're
it's
gonna
a phrase
like basketball. Do we have to change that now too?
That's right. Can't call it a shot.
Oh man, he took a shot. Oh no, he attempted to throw the globe into the circular.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Marika, be better than this. Jeez, what are you doing?
Right, and I mean, I don't think she's lost relevance, so it's not like she's just trying to get in the news.
No, it's, you know, they play that game. They try to, it's so annoying. And you know, it's funny. Even one of my, so, you know, I like the Goo Goo Dolls. I like them a lot. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. And there's a song that, what is it? Something to Believe In. It wasn't a huge hit for them, but it was, I think they may have sang it in concert, but anyway, there's a line in there. A lot of musicians go back to this. And it's something about, something but they say, we didn't come here to hear your opinion. Why don't you shut up and sing? And they in their song, they're throwing that out there, like making fun of being hip, being you know, talking about people that would tell them to just shut up and sing, like they're the bad guys. And I'm like, no, shut up and sing. Understand what your job is. You can, you know, you don't do your job, you don't do your job, but like, no, we don't want that. Great example. Bruce Springsteen is going on tour. Okay, so he's coming to Houston, and here's the reason I know he's coming to Houston. I swear to you, every other radio commercial on the talk radio here is that Bruce Springsteen coming to Toyota Center. Tells me a few things. Tells me one, who they think the demographic is. Okay, which is interesting. Other thing is,
right, like, that's not who he's. You know,
and it ain't like in the day, Bruce, because back in the day, he'd have played NRG. Like NRG is the football stadium. So I'm telling you, if U2, Coldplay, Stones, Garth's coming, right there, that's the stadium. That used to be a Bruce Springsteen stadium back in the day. Bruce. Other thing is, they didn't have to run radio commercials back in the day that Bruce Springsteen was coming to town. It was just, hey, Springsteen's coming. Boom, it's sold out. All right. So
tickets go and they're done. Go on sale 10 minutes later. You're out of luck.
You know how many Garth Brooks radio spots you're going to hear? None.
Yeah, none.
None. They won't have to. They just like, hey, Garth announced he's coming to NRG. Now, here's the only way I would buy. I'd go see Springsteen. I'd pay a lot of money to see Springsteen if it was the Bruce Springsteen, I'm going to shut up and sing tour.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know, it's not.
No, it's not. So it's like, hang on now. And maybe that's a part of getting older. I don't know. But
nah, but I mean, I was never a massive Springsteen fan. I mean, yeah, I didn't hate it, didn't love it.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's, I would have gone to see him.
Sure.
If he'd been around.
It was legendary back in the day. Legendary. You know, the shows.
Oh, yeah, the dude would play like 3.5 hour shows.
Longer than that. Yeah. I mean, bring it. Well, you know, and like I said, he has about like 5 songs that I like. Okay. But still, it had been the experience. That's the whole thing about rock and roll. When did rock and roll become, and that's so annoying with, and Springsteen's a bit older than me. I mean, but, and I'm trying to think,
I don't think he's probably in his 70s.
No, don't make me go to Siri. We'll just hang on now. Hey, Siri. How old is Bruce Springsteen?
Bruce Springsteen is 72 years old.
Oh, okay. There you go. 72. Average IQ of Congress. That's just a stupid joke to make. So he's got, I would like to, but
yeah,
he's got a complex. I mean, now Garth has a bit of a messiah complex going with him, but Garth still apparently has a little common sense when it comes to some of that stuff. These guys just, yeah, they got all.
I'm assuming. I don't know if Garth is political or not, but it doesn't seem that he's out there throwing out views all the time as part of his show.
Yeah, you know, it just seems it's a weird world we live in. It just seems like the more money people make, the more, right? They end up on one side that's like you wouldn't think, right? The stereotype is always, oh, people with money are no. It's like these. That's the circles they run in. Speaking of which, right? This is totally off the top. You know, just no prep here. So your opinion is your opinion. This is a debate we had in my house. Not a huge debate, just more of a playful. With me and my 2 sons about we're talking something music wise my son's putting together, and it came down to it, and I said we're talking about Elvis, Elvis, and then something came up with Michael Jackson, and I basically said I think Elvis, overall scheme of things, if you look at history, you look at music industry over time, I think Elvis is bigger than Michael Jackson. And they both thought, and they were like, I don't think so. And we just ended up back and forth and about, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I think Michael Jackson was obviously, because they would go with like album sales, and I'm like, well, having the highest selling album. Like, well, I
think longevity and I mean, Michael Jackson had some great stuff, but I think Elvis's appeal is probably broader.
I was trying to make the point. I was like, I think Elvis was like a bigger deal for, and again, he died young. So did Michael Jackson. But because then I asked, okay, well, who do you think's bigger, Michael Jackson or the Beatles? And they were like, oh, the Beatles. I'm like, you can't do that. That's not, no. That's, or they might have to, I forget, or they may have thought Michael Jackson was bigger than the Beatles. I forget. It's weird. It's an age thing, right? I'm like,
it's, and then you've also got to look at towards it. Michael got so weird that I think a lot of the, it's hard to take that.
Well, let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you look at, poor Elvis's last couple of years. Yeah. Because that's what happened. We started pulling up some stuff, and my son was like, oh, look at Elvis, and his, it's sad, man. They were rolling him out there, late. It's like, no, he was not. But then
you could have popped Elvis with a pin.
Let me tell you something. But then I said, hang on a sec. And I started telling him about Aloha from Hawaii. Look, to this day, and I don't know, I'm going to say this like I know, because it's one of those things, and I'm pretty sure they said it was seen by over 1 billion people. They said the satellite, right?
I remember it, man.
Via satellite. Well, got news for you, man. There were only 4 billion people on the planet when that was going on. That's a quarter of the friggin' planet. Okay. But I hit on a couple of things, my son, I said, no, you got to watch this. I said, did the My Way version, and then like he's like, well, he likes Sinatra because my oldest son likes Sinatra. I said, okay, listen to this one, and then was the oh Dixieland, where I was
right. The whole it's the American
trilogy
or something. Dude, I think I've said this before, but at one point in that song, Elvis just looks out in the audience.
Oh, dude, it's
like I'm the king and all is cool in the kingdom of Elvis, man.
That's right. And it's hard. I get it. It's one of those things. Okay, you get it. But my oldest son, the music, the singer and stuff, like the end, the note at the end, he's like, he was like, oh, that's good. I respect there. And then I wanted to point out to him, yeah, but you notice there were a couple of ladies singing with him that really were there to help to make sure.
Yeah.
It was sort of like, Elvis, we think you're going to hit that note, but just in case you can't.
Just in case we got some background harmonies.
Oh, yeah. It won't go dead. Or if you can only hold that note for about 2 seconds, we got some ladies with some pipes behind you. Like, oh yeah, we got that. His band was bad too, man.
Well, he had like full, almost orchestra type setup.
All right, we're going on that path. I saved something yesterday. We've talked about this before, and I know I say that a lot. We've talked about a lot of stuff before, Juan. We come back and recircle on this. Did this clip yesterday. So I've always said that one of the most underrated musicians of all time is Glenn Campbell. I think Glenn Campbell is just next level. He never got the I shouldn't say never got the respect,
but great songwriter.
Well, songwriter and just
guitar player.
Insane. Okay, so he was, and I just saw this about, I didn't even know. See, I thought he wrote Rhinestone Cowboy. He didn't. It was, when he heard it, he said, I got to sing this song. And because it's almost like an autobiography and he talks about it. But anyway, so he played musician when he got out there with a group called the Wrecking Crew. And they were like studio musicians. And they were like the best of the best. This was in California. And that in those days, a lot of these acts, these big acts they were singers, but they had this bunch of killers behind them. These guys were good. Right? So Glenn Campbell played guitar. Listen to some of the songs he's played guitar on Frank Sinatra's Strangers in the Night.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Strangers in the Night. On the Ronettes, Be My Baby. Glenn Campbell's on that thing. On Jan and Dean, Surf City.
So as a studio musician,
yeah. Glenn Campbell playing on this thing. What's the last one I said? Be My Baby by the Ronettes.
Yeah.
Surf City by Jan and Dean. I'm a Believer by the Monkees.
Wow.
Glenn Campbell played on and dude, Viva Las
Vegas.
Was
this before? Oh, wow. By Elvis?
Elvis.
Wow.
Glenn,
was this before he hit it big or did he just keep? Okay.
No, it was before he was trying to make it. But man, look, I just listed songs that, name one. He's on all of them. He's on all of them. I mean, from Sinatra to Elvis to the Monkees to the whatever, and then he broke out. So there you go. Shout out Glenn Campbell. Still, I regret. I think I may have been out of town. His last tour when he was kind of
still ill.
Wow. He came right here. He was in Stafford now, and I couldn't go. And I keep
rubbing on some of the stuff because like he and Roy, he would be on Hee Haw sometimes with Roy Clark and stuff.
Dude, Google Roy Clark.
Right. But it's kind of hard to, maybe because that was just such a clown show that you sit down and say, Hee Haw.
I used to watch that at my grandparents' house.
Oh,
man.
Heck yeah, man.
I'm a picking. And I'm a grinning. Oh, dude, it was.
But like when he and Roy Clark would get to going on there, man, get to going. That come.
And again, it's one of these things. The youngins just don't get it because they got entertainment all over the place. You just pick up your phone and say something, and it comes
what you want.
Yeehaw was appointment. Was appointment TV, man.
After church on Saturday.
Dude, love me some hee haw. Love me some wrestling, some wrestlings. What I was gonna say there. Oh, we're talking about Charo. Remember her?
Uh-huh.
They call her
Coochie.
She probably couldn't. They probably run her off now for that. People forget she was a world-class flamenco, I think they call it, guitarist.
Yeah.
Like off the chart. because she'd do that every now and then. And she was so, she's a very attractive woman, and she played up to it, and the coochie.
But what would she be on? What shows were like in the days of the variety shows?
I'm sure that's the other thing too. Looking back at the variety, everybody had a variety show. If times were different, Garth would have a variety show. The Garth Brooks comedy hour, or music hour, or whatever.
Dolly Parton and Porter Wagner.
There you go.
Who else?
They all had. Johnny Cash had a show.
Yeah.
Of course, Sonny and Cher. Glenn Campbell had a show. Mac
Donnie
Davis
and
had a
Marie.
show. Donnie and Marie had a show. My wife, my wife pulled the trivia on me the other day. We were driving through, coming through Georgia, and I had on the 80s, Sirius 80s, and they played, or it might have been 90s, 80s and 90s, and they played Donny Osmond, Soldier of Love. Underrated song, by the way.
But that's the one he came back on, and they didn't know it was him.
She and my wife is the one that reminded, and I totally forgot about that. She goes, no, they released that song as
it didn't say who it was. It was just no hype about it. Yeah.
Mystery artist.
Like in mid 80s.
I wish I'd have thought to steal that. I remember being in the radio station, and there was a 45 Soldier of Love, and it said mystery artist on it. I wish I'd have hung on to that thing, but it was Donny Osmond. I was rubbing my nose here. I got a little bit of a runny nose. I think it's from running in 1,000 degrees and then being inside now. Or as
your shower intake.
Or as Anthony Fauci would call it. I even wrote this down. Did you hear what this guy did? He was talking about.
I just heard he's retiring.
Well, whatever. He got the vid too, right? They all got the vid now. He was talking, and I'm listening to it at a radio station, and I can't even do his accent. He talks like, and Randy Anthony says, his symptoms are relatively mild. He had blah, 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 blah. And he had rhinorrhea. Right. And I remember when he said it, I went, I made a mental note, rhinorrhea. Please tell me that's not what I think it is. And I got back and I did make sure it's a runny nose.
Runny nose. Rhinoplasty.
Rhinorrhea or rhinorrhea is a runny nose. And I'm like, man, fire that guy now. If anybody that's on TV that's calling a runny nose if you were in the doctor's office and he said, you got a bad case of rhinorrhea, you'd be like,
gosh, how long do I have, doc?
Man, do I need to make a will? Like, really? It's a runny nose. Is that what you're telling me? I got a runny nose? No. You got rhinorrhea.
That's
bad.
Yeah. Well, I heard he also said, that, all the boosters and everything is not going to stop you from getting COVID.
Yeah, that's new. Yeah, that's apparently they said that yesterday. They said that yesterday from the press meeting.
The press secretary.
Yeah. Well, we all know everybody's going to get it. No. Wait a minute. Whoa. Roll the tape. Let's go back. That's not what you said. You said that, hey, if, after the 15th time you take, you're not going to get it. Now you're saying and then you got to have like somebody like Djokovic, Novak Djokovic, #1 tennis player in the world. I think fair-minded people down the line will say he's probably going to be maybe the best tennis player to ever walk the planet. He can't play in the U.S. Open. He just won Wimbledon. They're not letting him play in the Open. New York is because he's
vaccine.
Yeah. So now you don't have to have it to be in the stands.
Right.
You don't have to have it to be one of the,
For
several hundred
pretty much
thousand,
anything now.
several 100,000 of people a month walking across the border. Don't have to have that. But this guy, #1 tennis player in the world, playing in a sport that he ain't touching nobody.
Right. Ain't touch nobody. Doesn't have to get close to anybody.
Yeah. We're living in some funny times. But so apparently contact tracing doesn't matter anymore in either.
Right. It doesn't matter where you got it, man.
You saw that yesterday? That question yesterday?
Yeah.
Somebody asked hang on a sec. Okay. So thankfully he doesn't have the cancer he said he had a few days ago, but now he says he's got COVID, and you're all saying he's got COVID. Don't we do this thing where it's like, well, who were you with? Who was on the plane with you? Who was this? No, I don't see what that's important. How many people got called? I mean, I know people they get contacted because like, somebody you were with 5 days ago has tested. Well, that was 5 days ago. You want to know everybody I ran into at Walmart?
Yeah.
You want to know, right?
Yeah, they'll still do that in schools and everything. It's you get the note that says you've been exposed to somebody.
go, guys.
All right, Joey's right here whispering at me that they don't do that in schools anymore. So,
oh, they do them in some schools. I mean,
you see, there you go. Shut up. They do it in some schools.
They're putting masks back on everybody, though.
I saw in LA that it's going to be indoor masking again. Not in this LA.
No, baby.
Mm-mm.
You might get shot, but you ain't gonna have a mask on. Well, talking about shot. What about that dude? That we're talking about the Pat Benatar thing. It's kind of funny, the one they don't talk about. This you saw in Indianapolis, and I guess again, I don't know when people are watching this. So you got this guy, this maniac in a mall that's getting ready in a food court, I believe it was. He's got an AK, not an AK, an AR, which does not stand for assault rifle, by the way, guys. That's the name of the okay. Stop it. But anyway, he's got a semi-automatic rifle, and he's prepared to apparently, and he did. Unfortunately, the guy did kill like 3 or 4 people. This guy, this 22-year-old dude, 22, not military, I don't even think he wasn't probably in the ROTC. I don't bet he wasn't in. 22-year-old dude with a Glock 9mm. I own some, right? 10 in the clip. Not the clip, in the magazine. 40 yards away. Say 40 to 50 yards away. He went 8 for 10. Dude.
I'm laughing, but
dude. No, exactly. No, it's anytime you shoot. Look, if you kill a murderer in the process of murdering, that's a feel-good story. Okay.
Right. That's, some people are making it a feel-good story.
Because guess what? You think the guy that was literally in the process of killing innocent people, you think 4 was where he was going to stop? That guy was going to. So this dude, I mean, that's what's interesting. Like everybody's great, but people, friends of mine are like, that dude went 8 for 10 from 40 yards. And it wasn't like he was shooting a target. You're shooting somebody with
something moving. Right.
And not only moving.
And people moving around you.
With a bigger gun than you. Hey, pin a medal on that dude. But I ain't lying. Good grief. Not all heroes wear capes. Some of them carry Glocks and know how to use them. But
in the mall.
I don't know. And I saw this picture, he didn't look like the guy you
No, he just like a little kid.
He looked like a big guy, like a little,
like young kid. Not anybody you think, hey man, but that dude's carrying and gonna take somebody out.
So hey, if I ever run for office, that's the kind of guy.
That's your guy. That's your guy.
You're not gonna know. Don't come up behind me with your little pretend. I'm have guys like that.
8 for 10.
8 for 10, man. That's you batting 800 from 40 yards away on somebody. That's good. That's I don't know. So let's see. We've been going at it a while. We got any I'm looking down at stuff we jotted down. Talk about politics. Talk about everything's political these days, but
hard to not. We're celebrating a big birthday at my house this weekend.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, I can't say how old she's gonna be. Sammy Hagar had a song about it though.
Oh well, still puts her younger than you, bro.
Oh yeah, always be younger than me. That's what I told her. I said it could be worse. It could be 60.
Hey man, look, it's what's the alternative?
Exactly.
All these people that come, getting old. What's the alternative, y'all?
Yeah, could be dead.
There's one way to stop getting older, and nobody's signing up for it. So hey, there you go. Enjoy it. It all gets better. It all gets better. And with age comes wisdom, and the wisdom to understand. How blessed she is to be around you,
bro. Every day. That's why it's hard to get her a gift.
And it's appropriate. It's appropriate that your internet starts cutting out as soon as you start talking about that.
Well.
All right.
She probably went pull the plug.
Yeah, you might. All right, buddy. Let's pop on this thing. Let's push the button. See if any of this stuff stuck to tape or wherever this stuff is. Wherever the Chinese government.
Wherever it's housed. Yeah.
Wherever it's housed.
Whatever that is.
And we'll see. There it is. There's the buffet. It's in front of you. Have at it.
Like we said at the beginning. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Take your best shot at it. Sorry, Pat. Sorry, Pat. Take your best shot at this podcast. Do what you can do with it.
Might get censored for that. Be careful.
It's all right. It's all right. Bring it, man. Hey, listen, if you want to reach out to us anytime, Dave and Juan at protonmail.com, and a veritable plethora.
Everywhere,
and I'm
man.
sure that's not what I'm sure that doesn't mean what I just said, but anyway.
That's an alliteration.
Bruh. Even though we use that word wrong,
it sounded good, bro. It sounded good.
Man.
I'm gonna start using that word a lot. So I'll figure out what it really means. But we are everywhere and anywhere where finer podcasts can be heard. So download us, share us, tell your friends.
In that order. And guys, it's not a suggestion, not a hint.
Not even close. No.
We're not saying, hey, if you get the time to maybe think about it, try it. No, it's a freaking mandate that you get out there.
If you had been following these instructions all along, imagine how good your life would be now.
Because it builds on itself, guys.
Right.
You have the best week of your life, and then when you come back the next week, that's just like, boom, it's a step. It's there.
And just like watching these podcasts, it's never too late to start.
No, that's right. If you got to go back, they're not sequential. So whatever, shout out to those of you that binge watch. I love that stuff. But yeah, man, just get it as you can. Have the best week of your life. Go for it. Don't make us come looking for you.
And we'll find you.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do. I really don't have time to be driving around looking for y'all. So it's the honor system. It's the honor system.
Right. And if you're between Houston and Thibodaux and you're not having a good week, look out.
Man, I'm coming. On the road. I'm coming with my alliterations, bro. That's what I'm doing. We're going to be team alliteration. Don't even know what that means. All that. It's like a gerund. Still don't know what that means. Still don't know what that means. All right, everybody. Have a fantastic one. Love you, bro.
Back at ya. That's right.
When is the birthday?
Tomorrow.
All right. Did you get her anything? What's that?
We're going. I said, of course not. We're going shopping tomorrow.
Oh yeah. So she's gonna go buy her birthday present from you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna be there. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. It saves time on her having to return it.
100%.
So we're not recording anymore. Get out of here.